Hi good life family, what's good, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome to a new video. On this channel I make interesting, amazing and insightful reviews on YouTube Nollywood movies. So if you're a fan of YouTube movies, you like to watch YouTube Nollywood movies, or you're just basically a fan of movie reviews, or you're just basically like me, please stay glued to this face, right? Stay glued to this face by clicking on the subscribe button to join the family. Click on the bell icon that pops up after you subscribe to get notified whenever I put out new and awesome movie reviews like this one. And that being said, I'm guessing that prior to clicking onto this video, you already saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. That means you know the vibe. So without wasting your time and mine, let's just proceed to go right into it and talk about the movie of today. I am going to be reviewing the movie Cupcake for Val, currently showing on Omoni Oboli TV here on YouTube. This movie was produced by Omoni Oboli herself and directed by great Val Edochie. If you have seen the movie, do well to leave your opinion about the movie in the comment section, and I'll be in the comment section reading and replying to comments. And if you haven't seen the movie, do well to go check it out and then probably come back and share your own opinion about it. And as per usual, feel free to agree or disagree with me and my opinion about this particular movie in the comment section. I'm really open to other people's opinions, so feel free to air your mind and air your views about how you feel about my reviews and how you feel about the movie in the comment section. So let's get into it. The movie is actually a very simple one, a very simple, straightforward storyline, no too many twists and turns. It's basically a story about how the main characters in this particular movie meet and fall in love with each other, and that's basically all there is to it. The notable faces in this particular movie are our tall glass of hot chocolate Dike, the cute and ever gorgeous, beautiful Bam Bam, the super talented Chinaza Eziani. If you don't know her, she's a content creator on Instagram. I initially knew her from Instagram before she started acting. I know that she's wanted to act for the longest time, so I'm so happy to see her. I was so happy to see her on my screen, right? And I think she did commendably good. And as much as I feel like her accent still needs some work, but then I think she did good. Great Valentine Edochie and Ibra Naija Sean Okoje. My favorite character in this particular movie has to be Nkiru, and it's for many reasons. I enjoyed watching her character a lot. I felt like her character was very interesting, her character was funny, and I saw a genuineness in her act. I mean, like the actress herself now, not the character. The actress Naza Eziani, I saw the genuineness in her, in her trying to bring like this particular character to life. I enjoyed watching her because I saw her putting in so much effort and energy into embodying this particular character, into making sure that this character was every single thing that it needed to be in this movie. Call me a bad belle or whatever, but I genuinely, in my heart, deep down, I did not want Val and Anita to end up together. In as much as I know that it's just a movie and that's the script, that is how it's supposed to be, but I honestly did not want them to end up together for many reasons. Number one being that the circumstances surrounding their meeting, for me, I just feel like you cannot completely erase the first impression that somebody has of you from their mind, no matter how hard you try. If you have seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The circumstances that brought Val and Anita together was not a very fancy one. His first impression of her was that of a liar and a scammer. So that alone, just, I don't know, I'm just not comfortable with being in a relationship with someone that has a bad impression about you, because in real life, yeah, one thing or the other would eventually lead to them remembering that aspect of you, and maybe something happens now along the line in the relationship where he has reasons to doubt you. I don't know why, I just feel like he might most likely doubt you because he already had that first impression of you, which you cannot actually erase no matter what you do. Aside from that, I didn't like Val's character as a person. I didn't like Val in this movie. I didn't like his character. In as much as this movie tried to push the narrative of him being a very sweet lover boy-ish kind of person, I didn't see him being a sweet lover boy in this movie. I understand that he went through a bad heartbreak and he was probably hurt, and a lot of things he did to Anita at the early part of this movie he did from a place of hurt. But then watching him play the role of that annoying, condescending, rude young man, I just felt like he did it too much, to the point that I didn't like his character in this movie. Most of the time I just saw him being mean, being very condescending, and even the thing that he said about Anita later in the movie that made her eventually leave. Like, it just comes to show that this is actually who he is. There's no sweetness in this young man. No matter how the movie tried to push the narrative, oh, he's a sweet guy, something just happened, and I didn't think he was a sweet guy. I didn't like Val in this movie. I didn't like his character. I felt like he was rude. I felt like he was condescending. I felt like he was really, really annoying, and he was very petty. I'm not talking about Dike now as an actor. I'm talking about Val, the character Val. I didn't see him acting like excited about being with this particular woman. Even the time that he eventually wanted to apologize to her for all of things that he said, I didn't see him like doing a lot to show how sorry he was. Even the way like their overall like interactions, yeah, in this movie. See, for me, personally, I felt like their romance was boring. I can't even lie. You know when you see two like the love interests in a movie, right, together, and then you're like, oh, like so cute. I didn't feel that way watching both of them. I just felt like their relationship just felt very surface level. Like I didn't feel or get the depth of romance that I was looking forward to getting whenever I saw the both of them together. So I basically didn't like the both of them together. Long story cut short, I was really hoping along the line somewhere that another handsome young gentleman would just come from somewhere in this movie and become like the new love interest of Anita and probably sweep her up her feet and love her properly. But then Val and Anita, I didn't like the both of them together at all. If there was anybody that was rooting for these two people's relationship to scatter, I was the one. I did not like the way Val was behaving towards Anita. I did not like Val's personality, one. I didn't like his character as a person. Number two, I didn't like the circumstances that brought him and Anita together. And number three, I did not like the relationship between both of them. Their relationship was so boring. The romance between them was so boring, and there was nothing cute about it. Now, talk about circumstances that bring people together. I love the way Chima and Nkiru met. Yeah, I love the way Chima and Nkiru met. And in as much as Sean Okoje's acting was not all that, to be very honest, it was quite obvious when you see him, when you hear him talking, it was quite obvious that he was just reciting the lines from his script. But there was just a genuineness that I felt in like the energy between Chima and Nkiru that made me to just I really wish they gave them more screen time. I was like very much invested in the relationship between the both of them. I wanted to see how things would go, you know. But then when I checked like the movie and I saw that the movie has almost come to an end and they weren't giving them screen time, I was actually very disappointed because I liked the both of them together. Do you know the vibe between Chima and Nkiru gave the vibe of a man. On this hand, there's this young man that is seeing this particular girl that he's like very fascinated about because he cannot believe that somebody can be this crazy. And on the other hand, is this girl that purely and genuinely cannot understand why this guy is interested in her. I was so happy that she was finally getting like real love where she could finally be herself. She didn't have to lie, she didn't have to pretend and all of that. I was very happy, and the way he looked at her, the way she looked at him, there was just a genuineness in their energy that I was really looking forward to seeing more. I really wish they gave them more screen time, but they didn't. I didn't really care much for Senorita and Husband, to be honest. My favorite couple was Chima and Nkiru. I wanted them to be together so bad. I loved, like, especially the time when he came to the house, came by the house to look for her and give her back her money. It was just this genuine flow of energy that I personally was enjoying. Like, I was happy to see it, right? I want to say very big kudos to this particular movie for not being too unicentric. There are movies that you see where every single thing in the movie is just too centered around the main characters. I love that every other character had something interesting basically going on for them in this particular movie, and it was not just mainly so focused and centered around the main characters. That just made the movie to be like a little bit more interesting, in as much as the storyline was simple, but like the fact that there was a lot of things happening in the movie in a way that it was not taking away focus. It was not taking away focus from the main character, but at the same time the movie was not too unicentric. It's really commendable. I love the fact that they kept the movie very short and simple, no unnecessary complications to just make the movie unnecessarily long. I love that about that, and I have to say it's really commendable and they deserve their flowers. And next, I cannot even go anywhere without talking about the wardrobe and the styling of everybody in this movie. I love how everybody looked their parts in this movie. I want to especially comment Edokie's wardrobe. Edokie was looking so good in this movie. I cannot even lie. I really wish that he brought in some more energy into this movie because he was looking too good for the way he was behaving, in my own opinion. I love how he looked. I love the way his look complemented his personality in this movie, complemented his character in this particular movie. It's really commendable, and every other person looked so good. I love the locations. I love how the setup and the locations aligned with the theme of this particular movie. All of that being said, let's proceed to talk about the minor flops in this particular movie. I think the flops mainly lie in the individual performance of the actors in this movie. So let's just dive into talking about the actors and their portrayal of character in this film. Firstly, I want to start by talking about Edochie in this movie. I'm taking a deep breath because I have a lot of things to say. Firstly, I feel like Edochie did not bring his A game to this movie as he ordinarily and usually would. Right? I have seen Edochie in a couple of movies. I've seen Edochie in enough movies to actually know what him bringing his A game looks like. I know that Dike is not a terrible actor. He might not be the best actor out there, but he is a good actor. I didn't say Dike brings his A game to this particular movie. I found Dike trying to be so cool in this movie to the point that it was restricting his flow of energy into the character that he was portraying. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, there's just the way he was being too chill. Like, he wasn't giving me the vibe that I expected from a romantic movie at that. I didn't like Dike's energy in this movie. I did not like the way he came off. He came off as very bored in this movie. And as for Bam Bam's acting, well, I can't really say if her acting was good or not. The problem with giving an actress or an actor a role that easily aligns with what seems to be their actual personality in real life is that you can't really say if they are nailing their role to perfection or if that they are just being themselves. I feel like Bam Bam is someone that comes off to me as someone that's like very calm and collected in real life. I mean, like we saw her on Big Brother Naija, we've seen her on social media, so we kind of have an idea of the kind of person that she might be. She comes off to me as someone that's really very calm and collected in real life, and in this particular movie that's just exactly how she was. So I'm just going to reserve my comment on Bam Bam's acting. I just feel like her energy was just the right amount. There was nothing spectacular about it. But Dike in this particular movie, I feel like his acting fell short of what he would ordinarily bring to any movie as I'm used to seeing. I was really bored with his acting in this movie. I didn't see him bringing his lover boy A game as he usually would in the movie. Let me know how you feel about like Dike's acting in this movie. Me, I was not impressed with his acting. Reasons being that I have seen him in a couple of movies. I know Dike can go crazy on being a lover boy if he wants to, but then I don't know if that is how his character was written to be in this movie. But in my opinion, in this particular movie, I don't think that Dike brought his A game. And then let's talk about Sean Okoje. Sean Okoje's acting. This is my first time, in all honesty, this is my first time of seeing him in a movie. I have never seen him on my screen before as an actor in any movie. Help me to recommend any movies that you've seen Sean Okoje in so I could go watch him and see what his act is like. But then for this particular movie, I feel like he has a lot to learn. His acting was not bad. He brought in the right kind of energy. In as much as when he was talking, he was obviously just reciting his lines from his script. I didn't see any like originality like coming to play in his portrayal of this particular character. His act was not bad, but I just feel like with a little bit more work, he could be better. Great Val Edochie, I can't really say much about his act. I have never really seen him in any movie where he's not really like very chill and calm and collected. So I don't know if that's how his character was written out to be in this movie, but he was very calm, very chill. I can't really say I found any fault in his acting, but neither can I say I was fascinated by his acting. Besides, he was given like a very simple role, very short lines, so he didn't really have much to say. He didn't really have much screen time, so I think he did fairly good. Nothing so fantastic and nothing bad either. For Vivian Eziani, I would say she still has a little bit more work to do. She still has some work to do to better her acting. I'm not saying her acting was bad, but I'm saying it could be better. But I must commend that I saw a genuine effort in her to try to kill her role and to embody her character to perfection. I love the genuine effort I saw in Vivian Eziani in portraying her character in this particular movie. It's really commendable. Like I said before, she was my overall favorite character in this movie because of her character as Nkiri was an interesting character, and also because I saw the genuine effort, I saw genuine flow of energy from her person into this particular character to give life to this character, and it was really commendable. I have to give her like a thumbs up for that one. And now let's proceed to talk about the chemistry between Dike and Bam Bam. I saw a lot of positive comments about the chemistry between Dike and Bam Bam, and to be very honest and to be quite frank, I would say that in my own opinion, I didn't see any chemistry between the both of them. One thing that I need people to know, or one thing that I need viewers to understand, is there is something called aesthetic compatibility, or maybe you could call it visual harmony. And this is just basically when two people look good together. When in a movie there is two people that are aesthetically compatible or have a visual harmony between the both of them, when they play the roles of love interest in a particular movie, you would most likely assume that there is chemistry between the both of them because they look good together. They look good in your eye together. They look good. So whether there is actual chemistry between the both of them or not, you will most likely feel like there's a form of chemistry between the both of them. And I just feel like that is the reason why people feel like there was chemistry between Bam Bam and Dike in this particular movie. In my own opinion, I didn't see chemistry between the both of them. I don't think that there was any chemistry. I could see Bam Bam trying, honestly. I could see Bam Bam trying to, like, bring a good flow of romantic energy into this movie, but there was something stiff about Dike. I don't know what was wrong in this movie, and I say this because I have seen Dike in romantic movies before, so I know what Dike looks like when he's playing, you know, like a romantic movie and playing a romantic role. That's just my own opinion. You could also feel free to feel however you want to feel about it, but in my own opinion, the chemistry between the both of them was 0. And as for a rating, I would rate this movie a 4/10, mainly because the storyline was quite simple. There was nothing so fantastic or fascinating about the story, to be quite honest. Next, considering the fact that it was supposed to be a romantic movie, I was not getting the kind of romantic chemistry that I needed to get between the main characters in this movie. The acting of the main characters was not just enough for me. I didn't feel like they brought their A game as much as I was really anticipating to see in this particular movie. So to me, honestly, I didn't find this movie so interesting like that. Not like it was completely boring, it wasn't completely bad, but then there was just nothing actually fascinating about it, in my own opinion. And finally and successfully, we have come to the end of this particular movie review. Thank you so very much for stopping by. And if you are still seeing my face up until this point, and I mean if I'm still on your screen up until this point, that means you either enjoy this review or you like me, whichever one it is. Please click on the subscribe button to join the family. Click the bell icon that pops up after you subscribe to get notified whenever I put out new awesome and amazing content like this. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please give this video a thumbs up and probably share with any other person that you feel like might be interested in watching movie reviews like this. And thank you so very much for stopping by. Thank you so very much for your support so far. And until I come again to your screen, I remain your girl Mimi Nasike, and I love you all dearly, and God bless you. Bye.